Let me do Galaxy. I like to see everybody, so I'm gonna do Galaxy. Hey Joe. All right. Hello everyone. I'm excited about how hard we played, and I thought after halftime, we adjusted. Our press was very effective. Give Devin Daniels a lot of credit. He played like a senior. When you talk about how efficient he was, 29 points, 10 rebounds. I thought DJ Funderburg gave us a lift. I thought our defense was really good. Anytime, you can force 32 turnovers and have 18 steals, that's kind of how we want to play. I thought we ramped up our defense in the second half. Some of these guys, we haven't played a basketball game in about 256 days, and for some of these guys, obviously the veterans, it's been a long time. But for the newcomers, it's one of those things. This was their first college game. Wanted to bring those guys off the bench and play the veterans because I wanted them to see the game and see how the game would flow. And I thought they did a good job once everybody settled in. Questions?
Jonas.
Hey, Coach, you kind of touched on it just now about how you wanted the new guys to watch. Considering you guys didn't have any exhibitions, did you kind of spend a while trying to make sure you got your rotation where you wanted it, subbing guys in and out?
Yeah, Jonas, as I said earlier this week, I went into this game knowing that I could have 8 starters. And of those 8 starters, at one point it could have been Shaquille Moore. At one point it could have been Jericho Helms in the game, and then Cam Hayes. Right after shoot around the day, I decided I want to go with the veterans because I wanted those younger guys to see how the game would flow. Wanted to get DJ Funderburg some work at the four, and obviously see him and Manny play together, even though we were playing against a smaller team. I just wanted to see how they would play. I thought we did a good job. I liked it where we're going to play. I don't know that will be our lineup on Friday, could change, but I thought we did a good job. And then the young guys came in, and I thought they did a great job. Cam comes in the game, and he makes a play right away and, gets in transition to get a steal and get a dunk. And so I thought we had some good stuff from the younger guys. I feel bad for a guy like Manny because he's worked so hard, but we're playing a smaller team. And once again, he got in foul trouble. So I know that'll be the narrative. How can you keep Manny out of foul trouble? And some of those came because our guards got beat off the dribble.
But did it, players have to ease into that first game and get into a rhythm. Do coaches have to get into a rhythm of subbing and getting guys in and out like they want to in a certain flow?
No, man, I was in a rhythm as soon as I showed up at Reynolds today. I was ready to go. Doesn't take me that long, Jonas, to get in the rhythm. I was in the. I've been excited to play college basketball for months. I've been sitting at home. My wife is tired of me, and so I just look. I was ready. I was in the rhythm. I've been practicing for this first game for several months now.
Corey Smith.
Kevin, you spoke a little bit about the freshmen earlier, but how impressed were you with their ability to step right in those situations? Cam Hayes coming off the bench with 4 assists and Shaquille Moore with 9 points, and then obviously Darion having 7 points as well.
But they played hard. I knew we were going to make mistakes, and I knew that there were some assignments because that's what freshmen do. But I thought all 3 of those guys, and I say 3, add EB and then Jalen Gibson to the mix of those guys, and they all played extremely hard. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with those guys, to see how hard, have them see how hard the veteran guys play, and then they come in and give us a lift by playing hard. And I thought when we went to the bench, we were slow. Devin was the only guy scoring. I thought those guys came in and gave us a
I'm
lift
not going
right
to say
away.
that Manny Bates fouling, having the 4 fouls was a narrative, but how much does it help to have 2 extra freshmen to be able to step in and have them fill that role? Because you've had a limited rotation of bigs over the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's tough because I normally would have had 2 games before those guys got a chance to play, because we would have done. I think we were scheduled to scrimmage East Carolina in the closed scrimmage or the secret scrimmage that nobody had a chance to report on again, and then we would have had the exhibition. And so I've had to create some atmosphere if Manny got in foul trouble and held him out in practice. so some of those guys could play a little bit more in practice. And I try to get the young guys, especially those young guys, the young bigs, more reps in practice than normal.
Thank you.
Rod Baxley.
Hey, Coach, when's the last time you coached in front of a crowd like that?
I don't know that I ever have. And I'm thinking back to my Hargrave days. I really don't know that I've coached in front of a crowd. But listen, once the game started, I didn't realize we didn't have a crowd. And I got to talk to my folks here, though. When we make a three, it's like a delayed three. It's like almost 5 seconds later, we're back on defense before you know it. But basketball is basketball. Of course, I love our fans. They're passionate. We don't have them. I know they were at home rooting for us as loud as they can. But once we tipped, it was like almost like it was full.
Thanks, Coach.
Andrew.
Kevin, you talked about the freshmen getting a chance to watch the older guys play, kind of get that expectation. And Braxton was telling us earlier about him having a conversation with Darion Sebron about his first game and his first game jitters. How valuable is it for those younger guys to have veterans like that to both see the example of what they do and kind of be able to have those teaching conversations with them?
Andrew, the crazy thing is I've asked those guys to be mentors, and I haven't told them who to mentor, but you can see everybody's grabbing one of the young guys and being a mentor to them. Braxton's done with Sebron. DJ loves to pull Jalen Gibson to the side. Devin Daniels, I had to talk to him because he's so competitive. When Jalen would make a mistake in practice, he would just kind of lose it and get a bad attitude. And I was like, dude, he's a freshman. What do you want him to do? Teach him. And so I think now those guys are understanding, they're listening, they're trying to help these guys along. We're teaching them, hey, no one's coming in to take anybody's position. We're all on the same team now. And, on any given night, I can have a different starter. So I want you to work together to become a great team.
Rob McClam.
Kevin, I was just wondering about the run before halftime, and then obviously there was one in the second half. What was it you saw from your team that helped them create separation?
Well, we ramped up our presses, and the reason why we ramped up our presses because it was a point. I think the game was 17-15 or 16-15, and we couldn't get into the press because we wasn't scoring at the time. Once we started scoring, we were able to pick up full court. And, I thought when Jericho, even though he didn't have a great game offensively, when he came in the game and started denying the point guard as we like to do in our press, we got a couple steals off of it. And I thought that was a good thing for us.
All right. And our final question, Justin, what do you have?
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Braxton Beverly had a nice night tonight, starts at point guard for you. Clearly had a bad back at the end of last season, but how important is a healthy Braxton Beverly to this team and the guard rotation, especially considering the youth in the backcourt? Well,
he's a shot maker. He's a smart player. He makes great decisions. And when he's playing good basketball, it's another dimension that it adds to our team. And I'm excited. I mean, Braxton Beverly falls every game, and he's going to fall every game. But one thing about it is he's always going to get up. And so that's he's a tough kid, and he plays through, most stuff that people will sit out for months. And so that's why I like the kid. He's always going to be, he's what NC State's all about, hard hat, brings it every game. And certainly when he's playing good basketball, then that makes us a good basketball team.
Thanks, Coach.
Annabelle.
Yes.
No question for Joe Giulio. This is impossible. I mean, he has to have a question.
He might be asleep. Joe, wake up.
Joe, are you woke?
Well, he's definitely not woke, but I'm not sure if he's awake.
Joe.
Craig has me doing my own work on Devin Daniels' numbers at Reynolds.
Annabelle throwing a little shot in there. I like it.
Oh,
guys, thank all of you guys. I appreciate all you guys. Enjoy your family tomorrow because, what we're going through in 2020 is always tough. We're going to get through it. We'll all get through it together, but I want you to enjoy your family and just remember it's a special day and, love on them as much as you can. because like I told our guys, you know, no game is guaranteed to you this day or this year. And so you got to treat, you know, family just like, man, they're golden. So, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try not to eat too much. I've been trying to walk, you know, 8 miles a day just to keep my sanity. And I look good too, just so you know that. So y'all be good. Thanks a lot. I appreciate all of you guys.